Hey everyone, welcome back to BTM Scale Modeling for week 13 on the Polar Lights 350, refit enterprise build. And just to be honest, again it's Friday because I've had a very good and crazy week. Monday it actually hit almost 60 here in North Dakota in March, or the first week of March. So yeah, I got some stuff I need to take care of from all the winter wind and snow and all that in the yard, so I had to get a lot of that cleaned up. So I spent Monday doing that. And Tuesday I actually did get some work done, but I did a different project, which you guys will see. And then I finally had to go meet with my doctor, and then I finally was able to start getting back to doing something with the refit. And my plan was this week to get the secondary hull and the base done, mounted, and then so I could start getting the top saucer on and start working on the nacelles. But I learned things as I went, and my ideas, what I wanted to do for the base, weren't really a great idea to do with the base. I mean, it's a good concept, but I didn't think things through with the weight of the ship and that, so you'll see how I start getting things fixed with that. But if you are new to the channel, please click on the subscribe button and hit the little bell, and every time I upload you will know. As always, thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you new subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. It really means a lot to me, and I enjoy doing this for you guys. So with that, let's get to the bench and see the week it was. Hey everyone, it is Tuesday afternoon, and the reason I'm just now starting to get started, I am going to keep working on her, but yesterday in North Dakota it hit almost 60 degrees in the first week of March, which is yay, because I got a lot of yard work I needed to get done that I couldn't finish last year because of the first storms. So I was doing that yesterday, and then I decided that I needed to do this. It's going to help in projects down the road, and I will share those when it's time. But what I'm doing is basically my homemade light table. Now if you guys go back and look down the videos, you'll see I built a light table for my wife when she was first getting her sewing started, so she could keep patterns without having to cut them. She could just trace them and then cut off the tracing paper and sew them. Well, now she's got a projector and does it that way, so I got to have the light board back. So what I did is I trimmed it down, put a bottom, and then yes, I'll be going back with the foil tape, and then I'll be relighting it. But what I'm also decided to do was to help with light distribution. I went ahead and the plexiglass, I painted the T.B.I primer white, and then when I get all the lighting in and secured, then I'm going to epoxy these on. And if I ever need to change the bulbs, because like I said, this actually is the stand, parts of the stand I did for my overhead camera rig a while back. So I'm using those, and it's tall, but that's fine because every once in a while I need to be able to stand up and do something and not just sit down. So this will give me a little bit of stability and a little bit more workroom. So now I got to get the lighting going, get the plug, the off and on switch, and the plug adapter in, and then keep going. So when I get more done, I will share with you guys, and don't worry, I am going to get back onto the Enterprise because like I said, I've got a really good project coming up soon, and I'll explain that when I get ready to start that. So let me get this going, and then we'll get back onto the Enterprise. But like I said, I'll show you what I got going with this. Okay guys, I still got epoxy down, but here you go. Here's what I did. I mean, I know there's a lot better light tables out there, but what I like is, if I can, let me shut this over here, because yeah, this is at 12 volts, and I might have been a little heavy on the spray, but now I can definitely, when I do paint blocking or anything like that, I can put it on this table and see if I did well. So yay, I can do that, and then I got another spot to work on. But let me get a couple things off and I'll show you without hopefully blinding you guys. So first off, yes, I did this switch, boom, easy. And then I'll just show you how I'll get that cut out, but just to show you, I did use some foil tape, but I just did around the corners, and then all the strip lighting you see is all the lighting that I used when I did this for my wife. So I just reused a lot of things. So, and there we go. I mean, I could probably come down later and put another couple lines in, but I don't know yet, so we'll see. But yeah, so now I'm going to epoxy that down. And the great thing is, like I said, guys, I can take this off and unscrew the bottom and do any work like that. So, yay. But yep, so there we go. So now I should be able to get back to working on the refit. So, but yes, it's nice to have a little bit more space and a light tail now. So stay tuned, guys, when I get back to the Enterprise. Well, good morning. It is Wednesday, and yes, getting back to work on this lovely Enterprise. And you know, your eyes aren't deceiving you. Yes, I decided to, and I'll explain, is she's on protection on this table that I made because, one, I need the bigger workspace, and I just decided to make a light table too. But one of the things I'm going to work on now, before I really start getting things sealed up, especially getting the top saucer sealed up, is I want to get the base squared away and get the ship mounted and set in place, or somewhat in place, and then I'll do the top saucer because I want to get everything done, get turned on, and make sure, because if I have any more issues, or if I have any issues with what's going on with the computer board, I can take care of that before I have to pop this, so I don't have to pop the saucer on. I want to get everything squared away before. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to get to work on this, and I will share my progress with you. Okay, well, first part's done. All the momentary switches are I soldered everything in, definitely. But the one thing I wanted to show you, and I completely spaced it, was if you've ever do one of these on-off switches, like right here, and you should always test it before you actually you solder it, and then you should test it. And what I mean by testing it is I hook up the power supply, and then I run one red wire to the power supply, and then one red wire to the switch, and then I hook up some lights. So like I'll do one of these to this, and then I'll hook up a light, and then I'll hook up the light to the other side, and I'll test it. And I'll show you that here in a bit, guys. I'm going to let this get squared away, and then I'm going to go grab some lunch. But another thing I'm trying to do, I ordered these a while ago, and this is from PIM66. It's a program where I can download things into here, and then, you know, it has another button. It has 5 button functions, but and I learned this from Interstellar Modeler. Great guy. So I grabbed these after I saw it, and I haven't really played with them, but now I'm going to try, and I got to go back and relearn, because what I want to do is I actually drilled one too many holes. So what I want to do is put this in here, and then I can, you know, like play the opening moments of the Star Trek, you know, the sound that you hear on the video all the time. But I got to relearn how to do that. But first, I got to get things a little more squared away. So I'm going to use this to help brace the pole. I got to go drill it out. But something, especially with as heavy as the ship is, guys, you want to have something that stand can lock into and help take the weight. And that's what I'm going to do here. And so yeah, I'm going to get that and then get this going and start playing with that. But I want to show you guys that, yes, we're getting closer, because like I said, my deal is I want to get this set up and get the Enterprise on it, everything wired, and then I can start testing things a little bit more and making sure everything's good before I finish wiring up the top part of the saucer and get that closed. But hopefully that's going to happen this week. That's my plan. And like you said, guys, you know how I am with plans sometimes. But I got to go drill these out, and then I'm going to eat some lunch, and then I'm going to get back to work on this. And we'll go from there. All right, welcome back. Lunch over, stuff, and I started getting work done. So the great thing about this board is all the momentary switches like this all could go to the black wire in connection 1, and as you guys seen, and then, you know, the rest of these can run, and then the power, and then the speakers. But what I wanted to share with you guys, let me find where I put it, is not that one. All right, where did it go? No, this one. Sorry. Yeah, I rewatched Interstellar Modeler's video, and I actually got this to go now. So now I got to remember which that one doesn't have any. So it's really cool. I really like it. Let this finish and then I'll explain. Okay, there we go. So that works. Now the problem I'm gonna have is I have to keep this the battery. The other one I did, and I tried to was gonna do it just to this because I'm gonna run 12 volts, and yeah, I don't know. Gonna have to see it, but it wasn't playing. So because of the way I'm gonna do the bass, so I can get in here, I'm gonna actually I'm probably gonna have it about get you in camera there. I'm probably going to have it over here to where the batteries can get changed easy. And then I'm going to go ahead and program one more into here and mark which two switches because I got that extra hole here. I think I might do one more and to do that sound. I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking about it. So with that, I'm going to keep working on this because we're getting to that point. Now I got to start getting everything. I'm going to start getting a lot of these hot glued down and into position and get working on getting the stand in. So when I get that squared away, guys, I will be back and share with you. Alright guys, I'm going to put this on. And first thing I did is I got it washed. I alcohol swabbed it really, really well. And then took one of my eyeglass cloths just to make sure it's nice and clean. I've already laid out where I'm going to try to fit it. And some sticky stuff, guys. So we're going to go like this. Okay. Maybe. Okay. And then definitely going to get it all pushed down really, really, really well. So try to get, you want to definitely make sure you get everything out, all the extra air bubbles, especially with this stuff. And this is actually the first time I've worked with this, so we'll see. And just try and keep pushing it that way. Take my... Yeah, that's not doing it. Oh, come on, what do I got here? Because I got more of these I'm going to use, so... And... Okay. And air bubbles, I tell you. Alright. Now, the next thing I know is you got to be very gentle when pulling this up. Just... I guess the easiest way to say is just go nice and easy. And I'm going to try like that, try to get all of it up, and like I do most things. So, there we go. Nice. Very nice. Still working on getting the top into a position so I can still work with it, but I thought I'd go ahead and get this off. Okay. There we go. Makes it a little easier. Getting some of these air bubbles out. I learn, right? And then there we go. So that's what she's going to look like, guys. And I'm going to work on it a little bit more, but then I'll be back. Alright, guys. Ran into some things when I was playing around with the base top and getting things down. I didn't think it through well enough. I thought just putting the dowels down to help my standpipe secure enough, and it wasn't. And I just tested putting the Enterprise on, and there was a lot of sag. It was a lot of weave. So I have to come up with something else to give more support. And it's not that the box, it's the plexiglass, and I didn't think to support it. Good lesson learned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some of this balsa wood. I think it's balsa wood. Yep, balsa wood. And I'm going to cut them, measure them out, and then I'm going to put these on the plexiglass. And then when I put the plexiglass down, you can see it's tight, and it'll hold it secure and give it a little bit more workability and allow me to, because I tried the magnets, and yeah, this wood that I got from Hobby Lobby, this stuff, it's so finicky. Even if I try to drill, it's just going to be crazy. So I thought I'd get it most of the way wired today, and yeah, well, that happened. So I'm going to take a break from it, gather my thoughts, and come back and do this. And let me show you what I mean. Is with this sitting like it is, when the ship gets here, it pushes so much down on it. Like that. There's so much weight. That wasn't even a lot of weight. That was just a little bit of the weight. So like I said, I'm going to put the balsa wood, and you see how it strengthens it right there? And then I'm going to put here, and then I'll definitely put two right here, and then keep working down. So it has that effect. So it does what I want it to do. And this, I'm happy with it. I really do like it. I know I got this clean, but for the life of me, I cannot get the rest of these air bubbles out, and it kind of bugs me because, yeah. So I'll keep thinking about that. I'll do some research, see if I can get them out. So that's where I'm going to take it for today, and hopefully tomorrow we'll start getting things done. But as a farewell thing, for today farewell, let's hear it. And that's, like I said, that's where I'm going to take a break from it tonight and come back first thing in the morning and get going on it with some more. So until then, have a good night, guys. And had a few things I needed to get done today. One, I had to go see my therapist. And two, my son, my 17-year-old son, he's a builder too. He's getting into it. But because of COVID, he's been doing distance learning. And last semester was kind of a weird thing because it was like, okay, basically what happened is he failed. And it was because he really wasn't getting the work turned in, so we gave him a choice, and everything, and he decided to stay home this semester. And he's really been kicking butt. He's been getting stuff done. And he's been calling on teachers saying, well, you didn't turn it in. He takes he does a screenshot. One of the things we talked about was do a screenshot before you turn it in, showing that you're turning it in. And, well, that's coming up. But now, my son, when he was 2 months old, he got RSV really bad. And he was on a feeding tube and plethora of medications to keep him going until about 2 when he finally got off of those. But because of all the stuff he had to do, he got a little bit behind on development. And so we called the school today and said, hey, is there something you guys can do? Because we don't understand. He's doing the work, but his grade isn't going up, and we got a little bit of a runaround. So when I talked to my psychologist today, we're going to go and get him tested, not only for ADHD, but dyslexia, and see if he has autism because of what he went through as a baby, because of all the medications and the breathing tube and then the feeding tube for 2 years. So we're going to see. But keep if you guys pray, please keep my son in y'all's prayers that he's a very, very good young man, and he fights and works very hard. I mean, yes, he's 17. He can play around a little bit, but he does very well. So please keep him in y'all's prayers if y'all do that. So now, the thing I'm going to do today, being Thursday and dealing with stuff and having to comfort my wife because she gets it really hurts her when she doesn't feel the kid is getting help from the school or whatever. But so I'm going to go up and comfort her. But I'm going to get these bases done that I talked about yesterday, are these structure points. So if you guys, this is an X-Acto saw, and honestly, it's probably one of the best things I've gotten, because I'm going to get more into building my own bases. It's a little bit of work sometimes, I'll tell you that, because, it's weird. And if you guys have more experience with this than I do, you see how it keeps grabbing there? So I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or what, but I'm getting these going. So, yeah, and then I gotta let them dry before I can do any more work on the base. So, oh, there we go. You see what I'm saying? It just keeps grabbing. And I don't know what the heck it is I'm doing wrong, but you see what I'm saying? And the blade's fine. There's nothing in there, but I'm going to keep working on this, guys, and when I get more done, I will be back, so you guys don't have to watch me yell at this thing. So see you in a little bit. Okay, everything, I've done measurements and did things, so now all I'm doing is I'm going to start getting these guys into place. And that's basically what I'm doing. So, like I said, I made the measurement on the base, on the outside, and then did the inside measurement, and I made marks. So all I'm doing now is, this is very extra strong clear Gorilla Glue. This stuff is crazy, and I like it a lot. I've used it on other projects too, but this stuff is amazing. And I just kind of press it down, get it to a point, and there we go. And then just make sure everything's lined up. And like I said, yeah, I've already done the measurements. So, and then what I'll do once this, I'm gonna do a couple of cross pieces, at least right there where the ship's actually gonna sit a lot of the weight. I'm gonna do some inside cross pieces to help give it a little bit more support. But one thing I'm doing is just kind of eyeballing, making sure these guys are nice and straight. But like I said, I'm going to do a couple of there to give it a little bit more strength and let this thing set up. Because the funny thing is, while this is very strong, awesome glue, if you don't let things sit and do what they need to, it kind of becomes a headache. So like I said, I just make sure to press it down, then I make sure it's straight again. But the plan is tomorrow, yes, tomorrow, I'm going to have this ready to go and going to get started on getting the secondary hull in or on, so we can start testing the other and get this beautiful ship finished. So that's where I'm at, and I will show you guys before I set this down tomorrow how it looks with everything on there, and then we'll go from there. So that's the plan. Is I still want to get the secondary hull all wired in and get it going, making sure everything's working great before I put the top saucer on, and keep going. But I got to get this figured out, and I have figured it out, but I got to get this finished work done. So until then, guys, I'll see you soon. Well, good morning. It is Friday, and like with all things when you build, the idea that I did to strengthen up this base top was great. But the problem is I actually need to get the base, this piece that the ship's going to rest on, this needs to be on the base solid and blocked in, because then it won't, because up here if I give it a little, it gets a little room, so it needs to be down there. And so I got to cut a new one and drill a hole to get all the wiring through. And so I'm going to run a little longer wire, because when I decide to go with it, I want to just chase everything into this tube. That's going to be it. Then I'm going to glue this side down and then leave this to where I can pop it up and change the batteries. And, well, if you could see, pop this up and change the batteries in that. So much for getting the secondary hull wired in. I need to get going on this, and we'll see where I get. But also I want to show you, I had a great mail call yesterday. My friend Mark, he did this for me, and Jack, love that. That is amazing. And this is actually the first time I've worked with 3D print and resin in this scale and this size before, so I'm looking forward to that. But that's down the road. First I need to keep going on this and get this in. And another thing, I talked to another friend yesterday, was chatting about bases and stuff, and he gave me some really good pointers. So some things I'm gonna change bases around for the next build, and I will take care of that with you guys, because this is fine, but it's not what I want. It is, but it isn't. I mean, I want to do something that's a little stronger, and I can, I have to start thinking about doing that. But first, let me get this cut and in place, and we'll see where we get. Hey guys, the new stand post is drying. I forgot to show you guys. I showed you that flobbly weakness, and I thought this is a good idea. I definitely needed to put these supports in to help structure, to help hold support. But again, like I said, the problem was I didn't make the base stand long enough. It needs to actually be on the bottom of this base to help give it that strength and stability. Now these are good. I do like it, and it'll help. But like I said, I need to get it to run down here, so I give it more strength. So with that, I'm going to add a little bit more to these, all these wires. I'm going to add some more, so when I go to get it all started, I can have this set by the Enterprise and get everything done, and then start feeding everything into the tube, because I'm going to have enough, the big enough tube to do that. So, yeah, but and this is the old one, but what I did was, I made it, like I said, I made it long enough, and then I went and drilled and widened up a hole so I can run the wiring through and it stays. And I added super glue to that, so yeah. So I'm going to get back to doing this, and hopefully we'll see what I can get done today. So I'll be back. Okay, well, I've extended the wiring, so yay. But I am still waiting on the post to get dry, because if I haven't showed you guys, and let me see if I can find it. Where did I put it? Oh, sorry. With photo etch and brass, I started using this metal primer from T.B.I, and I really, really, really do like it. It helps, so I'll just read it. It uses primer on metal components such as photo etch parts to help prevent peeling. And I really, really do like it. And I've got the post sitting over in my booth drying, and so I can't really do anything for quite a while. Let that get good and dry, and then I'll be able to get painted. But what I will do is once that's done, I will get everything set into place and get this girl ready to go. But with that, guys, because of the issues that I made myself on doing this and then fixing them, it definitely did not end up like I wanted to this week. I wanted to have this all ready to go and show you guys. So all I had to do was get the top saucer on and get the nacelles painted and done and get that all ready to go, and hopefully would have this done next week. But yeah, that didn't happen. And besides the issues I made with this, you know, you saw in the video trying to help get my son and um, all that, getting help for him or trying to figure out how best to help him. And like I said, you heard my frustration from his school on that one, but my my doctor, my neuropsychologist, is more than happy to help us and get him tested to see what might be what if he has a very very low form of ADHD, or if he has dyslexia, or even even if he's he has high functioning autism. But that's kind of taken a lot of my thought this week, and that's probably why I did some of the things I did here. But no worries, he is doing well, and we already got all the testing set up. So yay! So keep him in your prayers if you pray, please. And so yeah. So with that, guys, I'm going to end it for the week here, because like I said, things are drying, but I've gotten a lot of the issues that I made fixed. And with that, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have an awesome week next week and have a happy St. Patty's Day. As for me, Monday, I will be taking the day off and doing whatever my lovely bride wants, because it'll be our 15-year anniversary on Monday. So yeah, I'm gonna pamper the heck out of her. So yay! But like I said, with that, guys, have a great happy St. Patty's Day. Have a great week, and I will see you next week on the bench. But as I leave you with that goodbye, one more time. Have a great weekend and a great week, and I'll see y'all next week on the bench.